everyone, we are back here after a very long time. I'm sorry that I couldn't put regular videos, but yeah, from now on I will do it. So let's continue with question number 3 of skill-based assessment question, which is Micro Light Limited. This is basically a question on cellular manufacturing system, and we are going to discuss about process cycle efficiency. So let me give a glimpse of the question. So Micro Light Limited is engaged in the manufacturing of casting and capping of PVC pipe used, and since there is a competition and stuff's going on, the company has decided to reduce the cost and enhance the efficiency, basically by using the cellular manufacturing system, which is nothing but a lean manufacturing system, a process, right? Now, Rusty Yogi is a person who is a management accountant, has joined the company recently. He is very keen to implement the cellular manufacturing system and consider the same as a scientific way of production. And he is also saying that it will enhance the value chain creation over the value chain. So for him, this is a very important tool for achieving the process cycle efficiency. So now he says that we have a plan of rearranging the existing machine. That is what we do in cellular manufacturing system, right? We rearrange the system in straight line or in a U-shaped model just to reduce the time and the motion that takes place in between the process, right? So he believes that with a minimal cost we could do that rearranging, and that's where the process can be made efficient. Okay. Now Raheja is skeptical, but Raheja is a person who's skeptical about the benefit. Okay, and he says that I want a proper benefit from the cellular manufacturing system process. And Rastogi says that okay, we have so many processes, we will do in a phased manner rather than a pilot implementation. Pilot implementation here would mean for everything I'll do in a one stretch. He says that's not a correct way. We'll do in a phased manner. So he says that currently the department which I'm choosing is contributing 12% of the total production capacity, and Raheja says that okay, if I have to agree with a phased manner, you should show me at least 15% efficiency using the cellular manufacturing system. That's what we are going to do. Okay, after 30 days, he's giving us a data. Okay, that moving it takes 70 minutes before and now it is 25 minutes. Inspection 40 minutes before, 15 now. Storage 60 minutes before and now 10 minutes. Processing 80 minutes before and 40 now. Okay. In this 4, what are the value added activity? Only processing, right? Without processing, a product cannot be produced. Only that will be the value added activity. Rest all, moving, inspection, storage, all those are non-value added activities. Does the customer get any benefit of moving? No. Inspecting? No. Even though it adds for quality, it is very much needed to do the things right at the very first time. And then storage is basically very much non-value added activity. Okay. So with this we could see there is a drastic reduction in the number of minutes used, right? That is consumed now in the production process. Now we have to explain why Rastogi has mentioned cellular manufacturing, a scientific way of production. You could think he has said, why should I explain? But that's fine. We are in an exam. Okay, we have to explain. Okay. Then assess whether outcome of testing phase of ML is sufficient or not. Whether it meets the expectation of Raheja or not, we have to check. Okay. Let's quickly do it. Cellular manufacturing is a scientific way of production. Why? Because scientific it uses a scientific way, like it is based on the principles of Frederick Winslow Taylor. Let's not write his name. It's enough if you write principles of scientific management based upon the time study and motion study, because it eliminates a delay that in production there is time delays, and it eliminates a transportation which is motion delays. It ensures a seamless flow of material over entire production line. All these words have to be in your answer paper. Okay, that's where the key in scoring SCMPE lies. Okay, then since in cellular manufacturing one piece at a time moves across the production line, hence provide the scope of customization to product features on the production line in view of specific customer demands. Hence in the cellular manufacturing it is more basically towards value enhancement and value creation over the value chain. Okay, now let's see whether it has created a benefit. Earlier it was 70. All this data we will just put it again. Okay, so what is the value added time? Only the processing time, as we mentioned. Okay, 80 and 40. What is the total time? Total time is 70 plus 40 plus 60 plus 80 here, 25 plus 15 plus 10 plus 40. So it is 250 and 90 here. Just divided it. Value added time divided by total cycle time. It was 32% before rearrangement and 44% after rearrangement. So is there an efficiency? What did he ask for? He asked for 15% efficiency minimum. Okay, in absolute terms you could say it is only 12.44. So it is not. No, you have to check the percentage. Okay, now you divide 12.44 percentage divided by 32 percentage. It will lead you to 38.87 percentage. So you have been targeted for 15% efficiency, but you have given an efficiency of 38.87 efficiency percentage, and this means that cellular manufacturing is giving a far more better results in terms of efficiency. Okay, now this is what the calculation, simple question. Now let's move on to question number 4. It is profit sharing plan. I know I'm going a bit fast, it's fine. Okay, you just understand the things and go with the flow. Okay, now profit sharing plan. On a precise solution manufactures switchgear and specifically design electricity boards. Okay, so what, let's, before going on to the question, what does profit sharing plan mean to you? The company earns some profit. Okay, then shareholders we are going to give to some people, basically the employees who contribute for earning the profit. Okay, that's what the profit sharing plan means, and this proportion could be determined by the management. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule that so and so percentage should be given as a profit sharing plan, but there is nothing, but the company's management has to decide which percentage has to be given as a share to the employees. Okay, now because of this profit sharing plan and far better employee related policies and good working environment, the attrition rate at CPS relatively lower. Attrition rate here would generally mean number of employees who are leaving the organization. Okay, so basically this is because of this profit sharing plan. That's what the management has identified. Okay, now how does this works? Let's see that. And this profit sharing plan was started some 3 years ago. From that they have been observing that the attrition rate is getting lower. The CPS will be as responsible. Okay, we will be giving a profit share equivalent to the minimum of the following 3 limits. What are the 3 limits? 30% of earning before tax. This is an important word. To the extent it is excess of minimal acceptable target profit margin. So I know that the shareholders need so and so profit margin. Only if their profit margin are exceeded, I will give 30% of them to my employees, and 0.75% of gross revenue or absolute amount of 2.5 crores. What is the minimum acceptable target profit margin? It will be equivalent to the average of last 3 years net profit of the industry group. And individual, how he will get as a percentage of his salary to the total salary of the company. Okay, now see, CPS earning before tax is 40%. For first one we will use this, but not entirely, but something. 40% is 40 crores into 30% minus something we will do. Okay, net operating asset is 120. We will think why they have given this information, so continue reading the information. CPS records a revenue of 360 crores. So 360 into 0.7%, that will be 1. Then relevant payment of salary for the year 42 crores. Let's leave it. Industry's average is net profit is 8% of net operating assets. That's why they have given net operating asset 120 into 8%. What are things we need? A profit sharing plan, compute, and then for an employee you have to compute, and what is the limitation? So what is profit sharing plan? We have already discussed, and this is short-term performance measurement. Okay. Now it is to boost the motivation, and it is considered as a pre-stage of Kaizen costing. Okay, let's compute. 30% of 40 crores minus 8% of 120 crores gives us 2.4 crores. And then gross revenue, that 360 crores into 0.75% is 2.7 crores. Absolute amount is 2.5 crores. Least of the above, 2.4 crores is the amount of profit sharing pool. And now, here the employee has salary of how much? 36 lakhs. Annual salary is 36 lakhs. So here I will put it as 2.4 crores into 36 lakhs divided by 42 crores. That is total salary. I will get an amount of 205,714. This is the amount of profit which is attributable to Vineet Shukla. Okay. And then the last one is, what is the limitation of profit sharing plan in this current model? Okay. In this current model, what are we doing? We are dividing giving the profit in the ratio of the employee salary to total salary. Are we giving any regard to the performance of that particular employee? Let me repeat my question. Are we giving any regard to the performance of that particular employee? It is a big no, right? Even if he performs good or even if he is not performing, I am going to give him this bonus. Okay. So what happens is, he will still underperform. He's thinking, I am getting the money, why should I perform more? and the persons who are performing more, are performing better, are getting less returns, or they are not getting the due amount, right? That's why that is considered as a limitation. And what we have to do, we have to do a profit sharing pool in the ratio of their score, that is employee score, in relation to total score. See, all people are running in the efficiency of 9. Okay, if I'm running in the efficiency of 9.5, I should get something more, right? That is what they have to do. Okay, this is a limitation of this current profit sharing plan in this particular organization. I think 3 and 4 is now clear for you. Now let's move on 5, and this is the last question for this video. Okay, let's complete. The Line Engineering Solution is a hypothetical company is manufacturing a product CA5. So they have given this is a hypothetical company. Please don't check in Google and something. Okay, it's for fun. Okay, yeah, they are going to produce some CA5 product using a single raw material CAI100. Okay, there are two departments. One is purchase and one is production. It's the simplest question that could be ever asked. Okay, if you get this question, it is you have done some punya. Okay, in main exams, if you get it, it's like easy, sure shot 5 mark. Okay, but if you miss some qualifications, it is like, okay, let's see. Okay, now because of high competition, the demand is fluctuating and they are having some storage cost. Whenever the word storage cost comes and they are asking you for some advice, please make sure that you write just in time. Please make sure that you write just in time principles. Okay, and now that the company has said move from traditional system to JIT system, they have understood our mind wise. I have to move to just in time, and they think please move to just in time. Okay, now annual consumption, all this data is given, and company presently uses EOQ model of ordering, which means I have to first calculate EOQ. That is what the company is currently using. Okay, so first let's keep this on hold and then see the answers and then come back for the next part. Okay, explain GIT purchasing and GIT production. GIT, which means what? I'm using things when the time it is actually needed. Okay, this collection of ideas has streamlined a company's production process activities to such an extent that all wastages are reduced. Okay, JIT purchasing says that material should be purchased only when it is required. Production means only when the finished products are required, I have to start producing the products itself. Whereas in traditional manufacturing system, to smooth out the production and to meet the forecasted demand, we used to produce in bulks and store it in advance. Okay, JIT purchasing reduces all inventory, which results in reduction of carrying cost as well as level of working capital is required, and that working capital amount will lead to, that savings in working capital amount will lead to savings in interest cost. Okay, on the other hand, JIT production gives us an opportunity to customize the products. See, the Royal Enfield, only when you give the order, they start producing or they start customizing the Royal Enfield for you, right? That's how the JIT actually works. It needs to work like that. So if I already produce something, I will give the same thing. Ready-made shops. See, ready-made shops, you cannot customize. But if you give a tailor, you can customize. That's the difference between the traditional system and the JIT system. So for example, tailors will be considered as JIT process. Okay, simplest example which I could think of right now. Okay, prerequisite of JIT purchasing or production is an integration of a vendor, and if vendor is not integrated or less reliable, then there is a situation of stockouts, and such stockouts can cause loss of contribution. Multitasking is another key feature of JIT, so that employees should be motivated to multitask. Okay, and similarly the bonus or other overtime cost have to be paid for the employees. So these are things to be considered while we are focusing on JIT method of production. So okay, what are the cost savings in JIT purchasing? So first we will have to compute the EOQ, that is what the current system is being driven, right? So 2 into annual consumption is 1800, and ordering cost per unit, per order is 2000, and carrying cost per unit would be 2% of 4000, which is nothing but 80 rupees. Okay, so my EOQ here would be under the roads 2 into 1800 into 2000 by 80, which is 300 units. So ordering cost will be, I am going to have 1800 units of demand. For order I am going to do 300. So 1800 divided by 300 into 2000, 12,000. Okay, then carrying cost. Generally what happens, I am buying 300. Whether I will keep every 300 in stock? No, something will be in production, something will be in somewhere else, work in progress, something like that, right? So on an average, I will take some amount, right? The average is here 300 by 2 into 80 rupees, 12,000 again. And this is the current cost, 12,000 by 12,000 by 4,000. Now, if I implement JIT, they say that 50%, it will, ordering cost will increase by 50%, while carrying cost can be avoided up to 90%, which means here 12,000 into 150% is 18,000, 12,000 into 10% is 1,200. And then I have a stock out cost of 5 units and contribution per unit is 1,200. Stock out, what we are going to lose? Only the contribution, because I'm not going to sell, there is no selling price. Okay, I'm not going to incur the cost. Okay, that's why the variable cost will be reduced. Okay, that is also not there, only the net amount will be the contribution. Okay, here 6,000. Okay, then insurance cost I'm going to reduce by 400 and interest saving will be there for 500 rupees. So there is a net cost of inventory management is 24,300. So in terms of financial principles, the JIT is not viable, but it could be viable if you go on doing it. Okay, for the current stage it is not viable. Okay, economically worth. But if I think in the perspective of now, what is that? Now it is production. Production, they are saying average production will be 150 units per month and maximum is 150, and 20 man hours required for each unit production, and labor rate will be 3. Okay, casual labor is not there. Overtime will be 200%, and average monthly storage cost is 65%, 65 rupees. Why? What I am going to compute? JIT production process. Okay, so if there is no JIT, what I will do? I will produce every month 150. Okay, 150 will be there. This month there is only 120 demand, so closing stock will be 30. What is average stock? 30 by 215 into 65 rupees, 975. Like this I will do till month 4. The total carrying cost will be 5,200. But if there is just in time scenario, the demand, I will take demand, all the 4 demands. Okay, what is the production? I produce, which is equal to, demand is equal to the production, demand is equal to the production, or same, it's, to put it very simply, production will be equal to the demand. Okay, but my maximum capacity is only 150. I can do only 150 in a normal scenario. Okay, now I have to do 10 units and 30 units as overtime. Okay, how many hours will be required? Per unit is 20 hours, so 200 and 600. Per hour it is 6 rupees, it is 200%, right? 3 was the normal cost, 200% is 6 rupees, 200 into 6, 600 into 6, and the total overtime cost is 4,800. Since I am going to, if I use JIT production, I will be saving a cost of 400 rupees. So it is economically worth to move into JIT production. It is economically worth to move into JIT production. So with this, we have completed 3, 4 and 5. Let's catch up in the next video for 6 to 10. Okay, thank you.